Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing two books. They weren't the books I said I was going to be reviewing because I didn't get through some of those, but I borrowed some books from the library and I finished a couple of them and they were both excellent. So sorry about my bangs here. I got bangs and they're not staying where they're supposed to be. But anyway, the first one is Lost Man by Jane Harper. And this book, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to hold it. Um, was so good. Oh my gosh. At first, when it started, I was a little confused because I was expecting the same, um, I think, FBI agent that follows the book The Dry. I was expecting it to continue on in this book for some reason, so I kept on waiting for him to show up, and he never did. And this was me because I didn't want to read the dust cover. I just kind of wanted to be completely surprised, and it was great. I don't know what it is about her writing that I love. I love that she writes about Australia. I think it's Australia. And yeah, Queensland, Australia. And just how out there it's such a different life. Such a different world. And she just tells it in such a way that makes it's hard to believe people still live like that. Um, and they're modern day people. I mean, they keep up with everything. It's just they're out in the desert, and if they don't have what they need, stuff can go wrong really quick. And it's a tale about a family. If it centers mainly around a brother named Nathan. Nathan's the main brother, and they find one of their brothers dead in the desert, and it kind of goes into them figuring out what happened, if anything happened. Um, and it's a family saga. It's not sad. It's honest. It's got some family dynamic stuff going on, but it's good. It's slow moving in a way that they she gives details that don't move very quickly, but it's not like you want to skip over them because it's not wasted words. It's words that really add to the art of the desert or the art of what she's experiencing or trying to describe. Um, let me see. I thought I had picked a place where there was like my favorite line, which was what I was trying to do. But since it's a library book, I didn't really want to mark it up, and now I don't know what to read. But it's just like this. I'm just gonna read a sentence. Nathan scanned the herd of cattle. The cows bristled at the sound of the car engine and began walking almost as one in a wave of movement. A single animal remained, watching her calf wrestle with the wire that trapped its hind legs. Um, I mean, it's just I don't know. I highly recommend this book. I gave it a 5. Jane Harper. She's written, let's see, I think 3 other books. So she wrote The Dry and Force of Nature, and this one is her third book. The Dry is the first one that I read, and it again follows that federal agent um, in the same area in Queensland. And Force of Nature, I believe, also follows him as well, which is why I was expecting this one to follow it. But all three have been good. My favorites are The Dry and this one, probably, though. So there's that book. Rated at 5. I think it just came out. It came out this year, so 2019. The second book I read, so I had said I was going to rate this one, The Care of Feeding Ravenously Hungry Girls, and I did start it. This book is by Anissa Gray, and it came out, I believe, this year too, in February 2019. Um, and it sounds really interesting. I will say that. It sounds very interesting. I read the first couple chapters, but they were introducing like 5 different characters, and it was a lot to keep up with, and I wasn't as interested as I thought I was going to be. Not because of the writing. I thought the writing was good, the material was good, it even sounded interesting, but my mind just wasn't on it. For that many different characters for me to keep track of what they were. So I decided to put it down, and instead I started reading this book because I had been looking at this book for a while, and it's a very short read, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and just read this one. And this book I'll save for another time. It's due at the library, so I have to send it back, but I have rechecked it out. I have put my name again on the waiting list to go ahead and read it. So this book is called I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and it's by Ian Reid. Again, it's a short read. It's 210 pages, and a lot of the pages are empty. Not empty necessarily, but like this. So it'll have one blank page and then one blank page, one blank page and one regular page. And the writing is pretty it's it's average size, so it's not tiny or anything. I can't even tell you about what this book is about. It's suspense, thriller. I think some people have it under horror, which I don't necessarily think it's horror. I think it's more suspense or thriller, which when I first started reading, I was like, what's this even about? I mean, it's almost confusing, which I think it's in a way supposed to be. It's more like what's going on here. Perspectives seem to shift very quickly, or um, she seems confused. The main character. So the dust jacket is. I'll read you just the top part because I think it's best to go in without knowing anything, just like I did, because it just unravels on its own, and it's too quick a read to even get a little bit of what's going on. So I'm thinking of ending things. Once this thought arrives, it stays, it sticks, it lingers, it's always there, always. Jake once said, sometimes a thought is closer to the truth, to reality, than an action. You can say anything, you can do anything, but you can't fake a thought. And here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to be here. So, highly recommend this book. 5 stars. I think this is Ian Reid's first book published. He has some award-winning nonfiction books. Okay, so I guess this might be the third one. But I wanted to say the other ones are like short stories or something, but it's called, his first nonfiction was One Bird's Choice, and then the other one was The Truth About Luck. So yeah, I guess he has them. He's very young. He looks very young anyway. But it's different from most of the books that I read because it is truly engaging. It leaves you wanting to read more because you're still like, what is going on here? And yeah, I highly recommend this book. And let me know what you think if you do read it because I just could not get enough. I want to pick up another one and I want to read something. But that's the thing is I don't think that you can write something else like this. His writing style kind of reminded me of Chuck Palahniuk. I don't really can't I don't know how to pronounce his name and I don't have any of his books, but I've read a couple of his books and it's kind of like that. It's just so different. Yeah, and so go pick it up. It's very quick read. I think I read it in a day, so I highly recommend that one. So those 2 books are the 2 that I recommend to you. Both 5 stars. I had a really good reading. The Lost Man and I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Lost Man is thicker. It's a good 335, 345 pages, and the other one is fairly short. So definitely put these on your reading list. The one I am currently reading, which again I have to turn back to the library because I didn't get through enough, is The Anonymous Girl. I started it, was very intrigued. It's about a girl who goes to this ethical study. She becomes a participant in an ethical study, and it's just so far about her life and what that study does. I seriously started at lunch yesterday, and then I read that it was due. She's also the author of The Wife Between Us, so Greer Hendrickson and Sarah Pekin. I've never read that, but I've heard good things. So the inside dust cover says, when Jessica Ferris signs up for a psychology study conducted by the mysterious Dr. Shields, she thinks all she'll have to do is answer a few questions, collect her money, and leave. Question 1, could you tell a lie without feeling guilt? Question 2, have you ever deeply hurt someone you care about? And question 3, should a punishment always fit the crime? So where I've gotten, she's answered the first 2 questions, but not the third one yet. So I'm really looking forward to this. Again, already requested it to check out again. So thanks for watching, and again, go read those books because I highly recommend them and let me know what you think. Bye.